Meanwhile, it appears that Los Angeles has come through the night. Nobody would say unscathed in their wildest imaginations, but at least we are still intact.
For the latest, let's go live to our Vikki Vargas at the LAPD staging area in South Central LA. And good morning, Vikki.
Good morning, Carla. This may be the morning the analysis begins, from placing blame to giving credit for the difference we have seen in the last 24 hours. Overnight, we still continue to see the California Highway Patrol escorting the fire department into various fire scenes. That, of course, enabling them to strike down some of those fires much quicker. We also know that the National Guard will be out in force, as we have seen them throughout the night, posted at various locations, guarding, keeping secure what properties and businesses remain intact. But even now, at this hour, the focus is on the fires that still line the city streets. Firefighters say they may burn for days, these blazes smoldering like piles of charcoal. There were some fires that were simply too dangerous, like this one in a Normandy Avenue gun shop. That firecracker-like noise is ammunition, and firefighters had to knock the blaze down from a block away. Throughout the south side of the city, there were signs of disgust and of destruction. The mayor's overnight curfew kept the streets empty, an eerie sight in the nation's second largest city. Shopkeepers spent the night guarding their businesses, fearing the daytime melee would return overnight.
Yeah, it is empty, but you never know when, they can just come by and throw, a couple, bottles of, fireball, whatever you call it, this place goes up in the flames, right? That's all it takes, 2 minutes. I'm not taking any chances.
In Hollywood, one of the biggest ironies of all, security guards hired to protect a store that had been looted earlier in the day. They were arrested.
Apparently what happened is these security guards are selling merchandise from the stores here to passersby. So for $20, this other gentleman over here bought a whole shopping cart load of alcohol.
Police still their head over that one, not certain who was supposed to be in charge of whom at that particular store. We know unofficially that the activity level has decreased. Those are the words they're using here at the command post, and we've been told within the next half hour there will be a briefing to bring us up to date specifically on where everything stands at this hour as dawn begins to break in Los Angeles. I'm Vikki Vargas reporting live from the command center. Kent and Carla, back to you.
Vikki, this is going to be an opinion call on your part, but as you look at all of the officers around you, how do they seem to be holding up? They have been going for a long, long time now, many of them without much of a break.
The few that we did get to talk to, we spoke with in the Hollywood area. They're tired. They'll admit to that. They're a little testy. They'll admit to that too. But I think the overnight, the hours from 7 o'clock last night, 7:30 when the curfew went into effect, until dawn this morning, helped them really get a better handle on how much of this activity has diminished, how much it's being concentrated now in really much smaller areas than it had been before. Of course, as you said, we're certainly not out of the woods, but at least they seem to be able to focus their attention on fighting the fires, on arresting those who should be arrested, as opposed to having to let everything go and not be able to get a control on it, a handle on it at all.
Vikki, the curfew worked so well today. Would they like to see it imposed again tonight? Have you heard talk about that?
I have not officially, but I would imagine if the police officers have anything to do with it, they'd like to see that as well. It was interesting when we drove around to see how little traffic there was on the street. And it got to the point after we spent some time out on the area that anytime you saw a car, it startled you because they were so few and far between. The other thing they had us do was keep our lights out as we were driving, take away the safety factor. That would also keep down on the looky-loos, the people coming out of their homes to see what was happening in the area.
All right, Vikki, thanks very much. We're going to be checking back with you, naturally, throughout the morning.
Okay, the looting and arson that started in South Central Los Angeles crossed over the Hollywood Hills into the San Fernando Valley.
The looting and arson indeed has gone widespread. We're also going to be telling you about Long Beach later this morning and what happened there, and also some incidents